Hello everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. So, I am going to try to push these job stories I have, the ones I can do, the monk, the black mage, and the paladin. And then after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the quest line for the main story quest line and try to beat Garuda. Because once I defeat Garuda, I'll be able to finish working on my summoner. Once that is done, then I'll be taking a break and trying to focus more of my attention on Star Wars: The Old Republic and hopefully some other games. But that's the plan. You two played me for a fool! The data the simpleton monk brought me was absolutely astounding. Groundbreaking, revolutionary, yet I remained objective in my analysis as a scholar must. Poring over the data, I finally arrived at a disheartening conclusion. The two of you took measurements of the same area. The values were near identical equivalences, mocking me as I struggled to reconcile them. I could neither sleep nor eat, lest I waste time not drawing nearer the truth. And for what? Tell me, what is it you two were doing in the field? Bah! Not this bloody chakra nonsense again. How many times must I tell you? It is naught but imperceptible ether. Call it what it is. To think I had a mind to put your names under mine when the hypothesis was published. This life force, this spiritual energy, this godforsaken eternal soul essence, I care not what primitive nomenclature those backward monks wish to assign it. It is ether, plain and simple. They claim they are able to manipulate and amplify it through discipline and the opening of the so-called chakra. False. This is nothing more than the ethereal regulation of organisms, a basic and natural concept, in an attempt to explain that which science does not yet fully understand. The monks have erected an institution of control. Their preachings are unassailable by design, for none can disprove the existence of the unknowable. They promise power in return for abjection and servitude. Control and power indeed, only that of man. It is the very essence of a religion and should be treated with contempt, as all religion should. Yeah, I like this guy. Ether resides in all living things, as do natural mechanisms with the capacity to regulate it. This is simply life, not some mystical supernatural endowment. I concede, of course, that the heightened mental faculties of man allow for the potential to gain conscious control over... Who on earth is texting me at this time? Control over those mechanisms. Indeed, it would appear that you and the simpleton monk have already achieved that end. Just the government screaming, "Hey, are you voting for this person? Hey, 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 are you voting? Are you voting?" We've been asking you 7 times, but you haven't completed the poll. Are you not voting for this person? Sad face. Literally, that's what they did. They put a sad face. I am not interested in doing polls. I am going to vote. Don't worry. Exactly how I feel. The indiscretion and impertinence of youth. I suppose it can be forgiven once. In my own youth, I was not the model of perfection ye see before you. I too have made what some might call mistakes. Not myself, but some. In our talks together, the simpleton monk often spoke of the 7th chakra. Its awakening is thought to be the highest achievement among the monkhood. I make it a habit to know the tenets of my intellectual enemies. It was the flow of the ether within the two of you which betrayed your falsehood. The whispering of your chakra, as I'm sure the monks would rush to call it. But serendipity most often visits the industrious. Just so, it is precisely these ethereal whispers that proved to be most intriguing. The waves of these sounds resonated perfectly with the ether of the battleground. I can see by your vapid expression that you are missing my point. Allow me to spell it out. It follows that if one were to visit a battlefield with a certain ethereal wave amplitude and frequency, it would resonate with one's own ether. This is the phenomenon responsible for the initial opening of your own chakra. I cannot believe I am being reduced to speaking in these terms. It stands to reason that for my ethereal wave, there may be a location that will resonate with it. Think of the implications, Byrnjolf. If the 7th chakra, if the 7th chakra the monks speak of truly exists, then so too must an ultimate battleground to bond with it. The concentration of ether is set in such a place would be unlike anything ever recorded. I forgive your past treachery. Guide me as it did to this great discovery. That, and I need you to do more work for me. Here, take this new etherometer. Make for... Who snapped? Make for Lark's skull in the East Shroud. My research indicates it is a very promising tract indeed. Set up the etherometer, as you have others in the past, and then kill whatever you must to obtain a strong reading. Slaying beasts there will release the ether of the land they are steeped in, and it may then resonate with your own. I suppose in the primitive terms of the monkhood, that would translate to the expansion of your chakra. Oh, and you'll not be crossing paths with the simpleton monk this time. I will be sending him to take readings at East End. I have no intentions of allowing you two to conspire to impede my research again. If you care to know more about the events that have transpired at Larkskull, I suggest you pay a visit to your local library. East End, on the other hand, is a fascinating subject of which I never tire speaking. Ask me about it anytime if your curiosity ever gets the better of you. Alright, I will ask. Tell me about East End. East End is just that. The eastern end of the Black Shroud. The Autumn War marked the beginning of hostilities between Alamigo and Gridania. The first major victory in the war came at the first battle of Tunolka, and it belonged to Alamigo. Defeated, the Gridanians retreated to the safety of 5 hangs. The front was splintered, and afterwards they would resort to opportunistic ambushes and the constant redeployment of troops to continue their resistance. The Alamegans, confident of ultimate victory, enjoined Gridania to surrender. The Alamegans, confident of ultimate victory, enjoined Gridania to surrender. Wait, are they... What? I think I missed something along the way here. Hang on. Can I... Okay, for some reason I thought they were talking about Garlemald for some reason. That's why I had me confused. Anyways, they wanted Gridania to surrender. As conditions, they demanded that all of the east and portions of the central shroud be relinquished, and perhaps more disturbingly, that the Seed Seers be taken as wards of Alamigo, where they would be met with no harm. Needless to say, Gridania refused. Yeah, I'd refuse as well. That sounds very suspicious. Sounds very sussy to me. Providence was, to be believed, to the forest born by the neighboring nation of Ishgard. Wary of Alamigo's ambitions for the region, the sea appealed to Limsa Liminza and Ul'dah for aid. The 3 joined Gridania in her declaration of war against Alamigo and sent troops to reinforce the front. This was far from the gesture of charity. It is easy to see what the motives of the sea were. Should certain sections of the Black Shroud be annexed to Alamigo, Ishgard's southern and eastern borders would become extremely vulnerable to a possible invasion. Well, at least it's nice to know that Ishgard took matters into its own hands. For the isolationists that they are. For their part, Limsa Liminza and Ul'dah had virtually nothing to lose by entering into the war, and yet everything to gain by curbing the power of Alamigo in the realm. Even more, victory would place Gridania in their debt. And so it came to pass that these 4 great nations joined into a grand alliance to combat the advance of Alamigo. The fighting which was to follow would later be named the Second Battle of Tunolka. The heaviest and most devastating combat took place on a tract of land called East End. In the beginning, there were several small-scale skirmishes, but the Allied powers succeeded in foiling the stratagems of Alamigo at every turn. Feeling the tide begin to turn against them, Alamigo dispatched its pikemen, known far and wide for their effectiveness against mounted units such as the Knights of Ishgard. To rally the troops even more, King Manfred himself took to the field to lead them. At first it seemed as though Alamigo had succeeded in reversing its fortune, as the allies began to a slow retreat towards East End. This was a clever ploy, however, designed to lure the pikemen into the dense growth of the forest, where their long polearms would be unwieldy and near useless. It was during these days that the archers of Gridania would prove their value beyond the bow, singing songs of heroism and glory in the field to bolster the allied troops. It is said that this gave birth to the bard tradition. Oh, I'm a bard. The archers of Gridania excelled in combat in the dense vegetation of the Black Shroud, and their arrows inflicted heavy casualties on the Alamegans. In the end, General Gilbard was slain, King Manfred severely wounded, and Alamigo completely and utterly defeated. And that is a brief summation of the history of East End, site of the end of the forest, and the end of the war both. Do you know, I can almost feel you getting less stupid, Byrnjolf. Hey. Be nice. I've already said I like you. Don't make me change my mind. So this is East Shroud. Wait. I'm gonna have to buy some more of these. It does kind of sound like Alamigo for a time was a fascistic nation. You are a higher level than I thought you were. Kind of feels weird fighting undead here, since you don't really see undead out and about in this area. Except for maybe the decrop, but here in the land of the sylphs? No. I very much look forward to the readings of both your and Widdergelt's etherometers. What's this? You've already finished? Then what are you standing there talking for? Come, give me the etherometer. Amazing! Simply amazing! And your soul crystal. It's glowing more vibrantly than ever before, is it not? I will begin my analysis of the data with all haste. You've come to be quite the model pupil, Byrnjolf. Would that I could say the same of the monk simpleton. I can see the feeble gears turning in your mind. Come, there is no need to feel shame at your ignorance. If you wish to know what has transpired, you need only ask. I promise to use small words. What happened? The simpleton monk asked that I send you his way should I see you. He awaits for you at the little Alamigo in southern Thanalan. Surely you see Wittergeld, for the danger he is. He is the most dangerous type of mind, one blinded by revolution and revenge. I do wish you'd tell him yourself that people should live for the future rather than the past. You thought I did not know he was of the Alamigan resistance? How saddening it is that on the rare occasions you do trouble yourself to think. You are wrong. Of course I know. What manner of imbecile do you take me for? No doubt Wittergeld thinks me the idiot. False! These two eyes see far more than you know. I, too, am an Alamigan, and love my homeland every bit as much as he. Go now, read a little Alamigo. I will keep you no longer. No doubt Wittergeld is already awaiting your arrival. Well, better not keep him waiting. You spoke to Eric. Do not lie to me, brother. You told him who I am, what I seek to do. I am not angered. He tried to sway me from my path. He believes resistance will only leave more dead. I expected as much from him. I feigned understanding. He asked much of me, of the monkhood and the fist. He asked of the 7th chakra. My answers excited him. He said they would advance his studies. I, too, learned from him. I am nearer the 7th chakra now. Soon the resistance will rise. You two will see. Very soon. Others do not understand. Alamigo tried to protect them. We were the shield of the realm. We bled to fend off Garlemald. None here know our suffering. None here can imagine it. The lives we led after the fall, after the shield was sundered. I've traveled far and wide. I have met many souls, but none are as you. You have a gift. Yours is a great strength. Unite it to ours, brother. Help us reclaim our home. Your efforts will be rewarded. Look upon my garments. This is the war garb of the monkhood. It attunes to the wearer's chakra, enables it to realize its fullest expression. The cloth is imbued with the power of Rolgar. Only monks of his fist may don it. Only those who overcome many trials. I will tell you how it can be yours. Fear not. I require you to speak no vows. I ask only that you fight with us. give yourself to our cause. You long for adventure, I understand, but such longings can wait. This cannot see Alamigo freed. Then enjoy your own freedoms. Oh. Okay, there was a period right there. That really confused me. No, see Alamigo freed. Then enjoy your own freedoms. What say you, brother? Alright. He'll continue the story. You have the heart of a true monk. You are different from the others in this realm. Hear this. A set of our war garb was stolen. The Fist has tracked the bandits. We know now where 3 of the relics are. Here in southern Thanalan, the Sepulchre, and the Circle of the Tempered. And in northern Thanalan, the abandoned Amagina Mithril Mine. Your soul crystal will react to the relics, draw near them, and they will glow. By this power you can find them. The Fist's honor has been trampled upon. Make the heretics you find pay for their sins. Oh, great. I'm back in Ishgard for something. Eric has sold his soul to this land. But he is a knowledgeable man. He knows more than I of the monkhood. And of the Fist. Speak with him if you would know more of our way. The man revels in hearing himself speak. I await the day we fight side by side, brother. Go now, and go well. So now I can talk to the professor some more. Okay. Aw, it's cute. Look at that thing. Oh, look at that little face. Leave me alone! I've done nothing! Leave me alone! No! Stop shooting at me! Excuse me, just need to come through here. There's something that belongs to me here. I'll be taking this. Thank you. Okay, and that piece was pants. Whatever you do, do not turn around. Ignore the weird sounds that are happening behind you. There we go. You have returned. The first 3 relics are yours. And now the fist has located the 4th. There is a Kern merchant who deals in contraband. The 4th relic is among his wares. Hurry to lower Lanasia. Find this Kern. Take back that which is now yours by right. Sweet, but let me return to Limsa first. Deal with the things that are at the aft castle. I have to take responsibility and refill the things I've been using. Get 2 more of these. Heat of battle. There we go. If you're wondering what these are the Beast Tribe quests, where I will unlock reputation system. Trying to remember which one I needed. Oh, I... Good thing there was an invisible wall there. Stinky here! Come to stop Kikuruin's business! Come to take shinies! Kill him! Kill the Stinky! Oh! Hey now, calm down. Don't kill Kikuruin! Please don't kill! Take back Monk Circle! They can spare! Don't worry, little guy, I won't hurt you. Just next time, don't steal from religious cults. Because they'll come get ya. The fourth relic is now yours. You have done well, brother. But know this. There is another relic, a fifth and final piece. It will be yours, a gift from brother to brother, given on the day Alamigo stands free once more. That day is near. Eric sent word not long ago. He claims his revolution has begun. He has made a grand discovery and is now setting it to paper. I look forward to his work. With it, we will know all we must. The day he finishes will be the day Alamigo is reborn. Return to him now, brother. Ask for yourself when that day will be. May Rolger watch over you. I got them good vibrations, good vibrations, good vibrations. Good God, that guy's there. Look at that. Wrong person? I'm afraid I haven't time for you now, Byrnjolf. I'm penning my thesis, based on the ethereal data you and the simpleton collected. There have been significant developments since last we spoke. Or rather, since last I spoke, and you stood before me with that ever vapid expression. Soon I will complete my work and present it at a conference of my peers. Surely you can pass the time until then, punching and kicking and pursuing other monkly interests, yes? Go do that then. But can I just... I guess I cannot do small talk with you. My theory was correct. Correct, I tell you. This will be the greatest academic breakthrough of my lifetime. Perhaps of all lifetimes. I shall spare you the details of my experiment, as you are not like to comprehend their significance anyway, and proceed directly to the all-important conclusion. The announcement of my theory before a council of my peers was met with thunderous applause. And to think I owe it all to a vacant-eyed adventurer and a simpleton monk. Both you and the Pugilists Guild that sent you are due a debt of gratitude. Speaking of the monk, where in Eorzea has the semi-literate oath wandered off to? I took note of his attendance among the spectators at the conference, but he has yet to present himself and offer his congratulations. Ah! What have I done? Byrnjolf, I fear the words I offered may have driven Wittergelt to attempt the insane. I analyzed the ethereal waves of your bodies. Second by second, I was able to isolate and identify those of the final ethereal regulation mechanism, the so-called 7th chakra. From that, I was able to find the land which was most likely to resonate with those waves. Silver Tear Falls. I went to the site myself to investigate, and it was there that I made my great discovery, the discovery of the century. It occurs to me that you shall never accomplish such a feat of the mind, Byrnjolf, and I find myself pitying you, but I digress. Do you not see what I have done, Byrnjolf? I told him precisely where he must go to unlock the 7th chakra. He has given his life to the fight to reclaim Alamigo from the Empire. More than anything, he desires the power needed to achieve that end, the power to combat the might of all Garlemald. Any fool can see that. Almost any fool can see that he imagines the 7th chakra to be that power. Yet battling the Empire on such terms will only result in another tragedy like that which befell Alamigo. I pray you do not mean to follow him in this fool's crusade. He has gone to Silver Tear Falls in Mordona. I am certain of it. You must go, Byrnjolf. You must stop him. My words will not sway him, just as they could not sway my son. Perhaps yours will. But before I go, tell me about the monks of the Fist of Rolgar. The monks of the Fist of Rolgar are interesting in the same way as any other organized religion. A sad, pathetic, and humorous way. The brothers and sisters of the monkhood are their souls training in the service of Rolgar, god of destruction among the 12. The Fist of Rolgar is their order. This barbaric cult traces its origins back several centuries to Alamigo. That simpleton Wittergelt is one of their number. The Fist teaches those foolish enough to listen that through rigorous training of the mind and body, and with constant invigoration and refinement, one can approach the sublimity of Rolgar himself. Such is the power of concentration that they are able to master the ether within their bodies and channel it in a manner that grants them immense destructive power. The monkhood insists on calling this internal essence spiritual energy or life force. But trust me when I say it is nothing other than ether. Endowed with this brutish unthinking gift for hitting things very hard, the entire cult has evolved into a sort of clergy with martial proclivities. This was no doubt a result of their main temple being located in Garabania, a region plagued by warfare where knowing how to protect oneself is essential. As the years passed, however, what began as a simple group of religious fanatics fighting to protect themselves grew into an ambitious organization of religious fanatics taking part in the region's power struggles. Those in power in Alamigo grew wary of these war priests who proclaimed all their fights to be fought in the name of a god, and who employed deadly force without the slightest hesitation. And so, rather than make enemies of the monks, they decided instead to use them to their benefit. Through affiliation with the Alamigan royal family, the Fist of Rolgar was incorporated into the nation's standing army. This not only granted the monks a great deal of power, but furnished them with all of the rights accorded protectors of the citizenry, and their political influence was still growing. I confess I find great joy in studying the demise of a religion, and even greater joy in recounting it. The power of the Fist of Rolger grew unchecked in Alamigo, and it was eventually named the state religion. Yee. After this, its influence over political, economic, and cultural spheres of life became even more considerable. Needless to say, this did not sit well with one and all. Among them was the last and most ugsome of Alamegan royalty, the King of Ruin, Theodoric. The rise of the Fist meant a potential rival for power, and he would not suffer the monkhood to encroach on his prerogatives. To counter their claims of religious righteousness, he simply conjured his own out of thin ether, proclaiming that the throne was his by divine right, given him by the word of Nemea herself, master of Rolger. He then banned the worship and likenesses of Rolger and all other gods, and demanded that the prayers and praises of Alamigo be given to Nemea, and her alone. In doing so, he sought to establish his own absolute uncontested rule. Naturally, the Fist and other worshippers of Rolger throughout the nation rose in protest, precisely as Theodoric had known they would. He used the uprisings as a pretext to imprison several high-ranking monks, whom he then tortured until they confessed their order's plans to topple his rule. In 1552 of the 6th Astral Era, Theodoric led a vast army to the site of the monkhood's main temple and surrounded it. Monks, novices, and devotees, including the elders, refugees seeking shelter after the fires of war, had turned their homes to ash. Servants and peasants, hired to do no more than till the fields. None were left alive. The monks fought heroically, but were hopelessly outnumbered. With the massacre of that day, nearly all of the monkhood perished. The elders, the keepers of the tradition and its knowledge, resided within the temple grounds. It was thought that all versed in the ways of the chakra were lost. But then what of this Wittergelt simpleton? Just who is he? Perhaps the end of the Fist was not the end of the monks after all. My dear poor Byrnjolf, what you do not know about Silvertear Falls could fill a book, and as multiple times over, I'm sure. Since ancient times, the falls of the region of Mordona, in which they are located, have been believed to be the seat of a great spiritual energy, as less advanced peoples were wont to call it. So old are these beliefs that the tomb of Zandi himself, the first emperor of Alag, was built deep beneath the surface of Mordona, in the hope that the mystical power which resided under the lake would raise him from the dead. Yeah, about that. Oh, there are any number of legends and myths surrounding the place. I think the oldest and most widely known would have to be that of the Dragon of the Falls. I do not claim to be a folklorist, but I can certainly provide the general tale. There was the birth of Althic, god of time among the 12, and in turn, his younger sister Nemea, goddess of fate. And then there was water, and through it Silvertear Falls came to be at the center of all that was. Here was the source, not only of water, but the fount of all magic as well. Now, when water came into being, so too did the great dragon Midgard Solmer. Brother Time and Sister Fate, fearing the falls might fall into the hands of evil, ordered Midgard Solmer, their protector and warden. Really, and then why did the Guardians hate them then? Hate him then? Much later, with the arrival of man, would Midgardsormr be worshipped as the guardian deity of the Silver Tear Falls. Have you been to Silver Tear Falls, Byrnjolf? Or are you as untraveled as you are unread? Have you gazed upon the enormous dragon corpse, frozen as a statue with wings outspread? If you have gazed upon Midgardsormr. The tragedy is but 10 years ago. After invading my home of Alamigo, the Garleans launched a fleet of airships led by the monstrosity Agrias. They flew over Silver Tear Falls, knowing them to harbor the greatest concentration of ether. And then, as those horrific instruments of evil loomed overhead, casting the dark shadow of death, the surface of the lake suddenly parted and burst skyward as Midgardsormr emerged to defend his waters. The battle between Midgardsormr and the Agrias has since come to be known as the Battle of Silver Tear Skies. The dragon fought with divine strength and purpose, and after a fierce and grueling struggle, succeeded in bringing down the airship. As it fell into the lake, the impact caused the ceruleum on board to detonate, and Midgardsormr was killed. His corpse charred black in the conflagration. Words. The structure formed by the wreckage of the Agrias and the entangled remains of Midgardsormr is now called the Keeper of the Lake. For many religious and mythological enthusiasts, it stands as proof of the existence of the gods. For most people, however, it serves as a grim reminder of the horrific day, decidal power of Garlemald. Why did the dragon appear that day? Was it truly the Midgardsormr, the legendary guardian of Silver Tear Falls? Such questions and more remain unanswered. For my part, I make the entire debacle for an elaborate Garlean fabrication acted out to near perfection. But let us put aside dragons and empires and speak instead of mine own latest discovery of the lake. The ether of the area is in an extremely chaotic state. I had long thought this to be a result of the Battle of Silver Tear Skies, but have learned that this is not the case. Maybe it has something to do with the Crystal Tower. The disturbances I have observed do not all derive from a single source. Beyond the imperceptible ether emitted by the Keeper of the Lake, there are even stronger ethereal waves coming from deep below the earth to the east. I studied them in great detail and learned that they are coming from a massive tower that was buried deep below the earth at the time of that battle. The Crystal Tower. To think I had stumbled upon this legendary structure, the very height of Allegan civilization and technology. The shifting and grinding of the earth caused by the calamity woke the tower from its slumber of some 5,000 years. And having since slowly risen from its earthen tomb, the tower pierces the skies once more. You must someday gaze upon it with your own eyes. It is truly a sight to behold. Yes, I can still recall the thunderous applause of my colleagues when I presented my theory of the tower. They were a great deal more grateful than you, that much is certain. There is a team of scholars who specialize in the study of all things Allegan. They are known as the Sons of Saint Kunach. I've heard of them. At present, they are focusing their efforts on testing the validity of this theory. I very much look forward to news of their findings. Okay, done reading for now. To Revenant's Toll. I do have it unlocked, right? Okay. Okay, buddy, what are you doing? Claim the power of Garlemald. Fools. Power outside your own cannot be trusted. You had no hope of defeating me. The seventh chakra swells within me. Soon it will open. When it does, the Empire will burn. Power of Magitech. Power of Garlemald. They are nothing. Alamigo fell to these. Ah, brother. You are late. But perhaps that is best. I have just attended our Garlean guests. I wanted us to be alone. Eric was right. This is the place. You have come. Our chakra beat as drums. Do you not feel it, brother? Living in constant fear of death, struggling to stay warm enough to sleep, eating crumbs to fight hunger. Garlemald took everything from Alamigo. They left us nothing, not even our pride. Look to the craven teacher. He is proof of the truth I speak. I will reclaim it, all of it, but I need great power to do so. That power rests in the seventh chakra. I made you a promise. I have not forgotten. The fifth and final piece. It is yours to claim, but only if you defeat me. I told you when we first met. We monks seek sacred ground. There we train. That is how the chakra are opened. The teacher told me himself. This is where the seventh chakra opens. This is my sacred battleground. The ground of battle between you and me. Your strength has peaked. Through it, mine will grow. Do not despair. Your death will have purpose. It will be for Alamigo. Rejoice, brother. You shall die a martyr. Why are you running away? are you doing? Stop that. Such power! Nothing can stop me. Oh, wait. That wasn't part of the cutscene. So close. Why? Why will you not yield your power? For the greater good. Stay back! This power is mine! The others of Eorzea ignore our suffering. Why should I care for their lives? Why should I care for yours? I must have that power. I must protect my people. Byrnjolf, that power. That light! Never have I seen any like it. Is this the opening of the 7th chakra? Fascinating. Simply fascinating. You have no mind for study, but your gift for field work is extraordinary indeed. Nice punch. Why? Why did you strike me? Silence, you bloody fool! You oaf! You idiot! I would strike you 1,000 times more if it did not pain my hand so. Next time I shall bring a stick. Bugger opening your infernal chakra and open your bloody ears for once. Sid Garland of the Ironworks that bear his name once wrote that the Silver Tear Falls lie at the center of our world. Our world is round, sorry flat earthers, and we live on its surface. Even you should see, then, that he did not speak of a center in the physical sense. I am no astrologian, nor a biologist, but I have studied enough of the various sciences to say this. The vital energy of Hydaelyn, that which is called ether, is one and the same as the life force in which you monks believe. As the center of our world, these Silver Tear Falls are connected to what you call chakra in an inexplicably profound way. We all share in the same existence. We are neither separate nor distinct from the world. Our energy and its energy are one. At times, that energy may wreak havoc and destruction, but it plays a far grander and more significant role. To bring forth life, as part of this world, you must endeavor to do the same. You sought only to gain power by force, in that you are no different than the very Garleans you seek to destroy. Is this what you truly wish to be? You speak pretty words, but would you speak them to our people, to every soul who has suffered? To children with empty bellies, to wives made widows? I would. To every last soul among them, even if they failed to grasp their meaning, as you do now, I would and will speak those words until they are understood. Long have I studied the history of this realm's wars, If there is aught I have learned, it is that there is no future for Eorzea should her people struggle and vie for power without considering the consequences of their doing so. With great power comes great responsibility. To seize the former and deny the latter is to beget despair. The duty we owe to one another, and to this world as part of it, is to use what power we possess to deliver a future full of life, not death. Can you truly not see that right in this? You have done the realm, indeed the world, a great service, Byrnjolf. As a scholar, as a teacher, as an Alamegan, as a man, I offer you my deepest thanks. Wittergeld is stubborn, as most monks are. I do not know if it will be possible for him to change his mind, but I pray he does. For his own sake, and for the world's. He calls you his brother. Go now. Speak to him as one. Not long ago, I spoke with a man, an Alamegan. He too was of the resistance. He asked me a simple question. Why do I fight? I did not hesitate. I did not think. The word came of its own will. Revenge. He said revenge is in all our hearts. That it is the most common of reasons, the easiest, and the most dangerous. I did not think on it then. Perhaps now I should. I thought of nothing else, but you thought of me, brother. You and the teacher. For that, I thank you both. I made a promise. I will keep it. The 5th piece is yours. It is meant for you. For one whose 7th chakra is open. Alamigo fought to protect itself, to protect all Eorzea from the Empire. And yet we are despised, ignored, worse, we are forgotten. Even so, the teacher preached peace. For a long time I did not understand. I hated him for it. Alamegans are a proud people. This pride is strong in me, and in the teacher, as it was in his son. He fought in the resistance, yet it cost him his life. He, too, cursed his father for being a coward. I wish I could speak to him. I wish to tell him this is not so. Farewell, brother. May Walger watch over you. For a moment, I did not even see my crystal there. Alright. Looking good. Okay, so up next is going to be the Paladin. Since that's going to be in Ul'dah. Welcome, friend. I have important news for you. In my search for the traitor, I have been looking through old records and discovered something chilling. Around the time the traitor Solkzegel was named captain, several famed soldiers of the Sultan Sworn met with untimely deaths. But strangely, our records do not say how they died. Curious, I begged the favor of an old friend and received permission to inspect medical records kept by Forndale's frontistery. I discovered that the soldiers died in various ways, some in combat, some suddenly at night in the barracks. But in nearly every case, there were signs that poison had played a role in their demise. Yes, poison. Carefully, invisibly administered. The more I read, the more I saw the dark hand of death's embrace at work. Assassins in the pay and service of the monetarists, a society so secretive that few believe it truly exists. But no matter how skilled the devious the assassins, they should not have been able to kill so many of the Sultan's sworn elite without being discovered. Not, that is, without help from within our own ranks. So I asked myself, who had the most to gain from their deaths? One by one, the former captain, his trusted aides, the most capable of the Sultan's Sworn, who might become future commanders, all of them slain by an invisible hand. And with their deaths, the way was open for Solkzegel to become the Sultan Sworn's youngest captain in a century. The monetarists were plotting to kill the best and bravest of the Sultan Sworn, to purge its ranks of greatness, and enervate it so that it could no longer carry out its duty to serve as sword and shield of the Sultanate. Which begs the question, how did Solkzegel remain captain for 30 long years? How did he avoid the poisoner's kiss, when men better than him had succumbed? There can be only one explanation. He was the monetarist's cat's paw, and the turncloak in our midst. Needless to say, I am more determined to track him down than ever before. While I continue my investigation, I have a trial for you. I want you to seek the gallant armor, the legendary raiments worn by generations of the finest soldiers of the Sultan Sworn. In accordance with Sultan Sworn tradition, the set that would be yours has been scattered across southern Thanalan. Each piece has been locked within a coffer, which will be guarded by 2 men. You must best the Sultan Sworn themselves if you're to claim their armor. It'll be more near Little Alamigo, I think. Can I just jump down here? I can, and oh, ow. And I did. Hopefully I didn't accidentally kill them. Good. The armor is yours. You have learned your lessons well and honed your skills. And now you are ready to face Solksigel the traitor. Yes, the time has come. I have discovered his hiding place and made contact through emissaries. We are negotiating the return of Oathkeeper. Secrecy is crucial, as is preparation. We will leave only when you are ready. Well, I'm ready. Let's go. The recovery of Oathkeeper will be the first step in restoring the honor of the Sultan Sworn. I have told Solksigel that if he returns the sword, we will give him a fair trial. Otherwise, he shall be captured and thrown at the feet of the Sultana for judgment. The parley is to take place south of Forgotten Springs, in the Sigali Desert. Give me your map and I will mark the location. While I believe he is acting alone, we must be prepared for anything. You may be certain that the monetarists will not take kindly to his surrender. In fact, I believe that should the monetarists discover Solksigel and is willing to parley, they will surely try to intervene. Therefore, we must not speak of what we do, not to anyone. We should travel separately, so as not to attract attention. We shall meet again at the parley. So you dared to come. You are a brazen one, I will grant you that. But did you really think I wouldn't find out? Come, confess. My allies within the Sultansworn have told me the truth. I know you are working in league with the traitor and the monetarists. Confess. With your dying breath, you will tell me where I can find Oathkeeper and the traitor who stole it. Do you dare accuse my own Sultan Sworn of lying? We are comrades in arms, every one of us, bound in brotherhood by our oath. I would trust them with my life. What is your word when set against theirs? We know the meaning of honor. You are a naive fool. I suspected you from the beginning, ever since you showed me the soul of the paladin that the traitor Solxagul gave you. You were, no matter how briefly, a paladin, and as such you are bound by a code of honor that is as unforgiving as it is noble. Traitor! I sentence you to death, and decree that your body shall lie here and feed the crows. How dare you use our odds against us? You cannot do this. I am the greater swordsman, your superior in every way. You were blinded, Genlins, by your own conviction. Genlins, remember your own lesson. A paladin does not exist to defend his position or the honor of his fellow Sultansworn. Those men were assassins, in service to the monetarists. The moment you outlived your usefulness, you were to be killed. You and this free paladin of yours. Liar! You are their agent! You betrayed us for them! You were always naive, Genlins. Too willing to trust your fellow man. It's one of your virtues, but you have a deplorable habit of turning your virtues into vices. I guess I'm being too loud. My door was just closed. Think! The information you uncovered. How did you come by it? Did it fall into your lap as if, oh, I don't know, someone was feeding it to you for their own purposes? You and the paladins under your command are the monetarists' lapdogs. Genlins, you've been led a merry dance and followed their lead at every step. Then, you were never a traitor? You were innocent? I have wronged you. Probably should have taken care of that bleeding first. Easy now. Your wounds aren't mortal, but you still need to rest. I'll take care of the captain. He's had worse, and we'll have him back on his feet soon enough. You've become a fine warrior, and learned all there is to know about the way of the paladin. I think perhaps that you are not aware just how much you've grown. Well, tis time you were made aware, Paladin. When the captain's recovered, keep an eye on him for me, will you? You need someone like you to watch his back. No, the door that was just closed is now open again. I'll go ahead and close it. Alright, Bobby, back to Ul'dah we go. Okay, that was kind of funny seeing them both have the same animation at the same exact time. Paladin, I have done you a great wrong. I allowed myself to be hoodwinked, accused you of treason, and even turned my sword against you. I hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive me. As for me, yes, I am recovered from my wounds, at least those that will heal. But far more important than that, Solxigul is innocent after all. He was never a traitor, and the dream that I followed in my youth was not a lie. I remain a captain of the elite, although a poor substitute for my predecessor. I am now working on a plan to strike back at the monetarists and restore the Sultansworn to its former strength. No, do not be afraid for me. We've unmasked the foe, and he cannot hide behind his deceptions anymore. The assassins won't find it easy to reach me. For now, I will bide my time, marshal my strength, and when the time is ripe, strike hard at our enemies. Welcome, Paladin. I had hoped to see you before I left. You remained a true friend, even after the wrongs I did you. And I owe you my trust, so I will tell you everything I have learned. After our encounter in the hills, I spent some time in the care of Solxigul, recovering from my wounds. As I convalesced, he gave me the true account of what happened these last few years in his solitary war against the monetarists. After he went into hiding, he tried to get word to me about what was happening, but I was surrounded by agents in the pay of the monetarists who kept me isolated and ignorant. They planted the lie that Solxigul was a traitor and tricked me into tracking him down. I was their puppet, twitching obediently at the end of their strings they pulled. But when I discovered the Death's Embrace had been behind the demise of my brothers and sisters, they panicked, especially when they found out I had shared the information with you. They set a trap for us and baited it with the promise of a parley with Solxigul. Solxigul was no traitor, as I should well have known, but I allowed myself to be deceived by the whispers of mummers and flatterers. And, no, that was not the way of it. It was not their lies that made me blind, but my desire, nay, obsession, to restore our honor. For the Sultansworn and all paladins who have bent the knee to a higher cause, honor is a means to an end, not the end itself. I lost sight of that, and in so doing lost sight of my true duty. Solxigul understood what was happening, and that is why he gave you the soul of the paladin. It was a remonstration, a message. It was It was a remonstration. A message. Look how adventurers live, he was telling me. Where does their honor, their authority come from? I owe my position to the machinations of the monetarists. They calculated that a young captain eager to prove his loyalty, bound by unquestioning fealty, would be all the easier to control. They were right. I am a sham and a fake, but the world does not know that, and even the illusion of power is a power of sorts. I can use it to fight back. I will tell my subordinates that I'm fleeing to Snowcloak in Porthos. When the monetarists hear of this, as they surely will, they will send assassins after me again. But when they show their hand, I will stand my ground and fight back. I realize you may wish to offer your assistance. However, I cannot in good conscience put you in harm's way anymore. You too have become a target of the Cabal's assassins. Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time. Nor the last. The odds will be against me, that much is certain. But Solksgull has taught me much, and if I am brave and vigilant, I know I can triumph. I am sorry you have been caught up in our own political struggles, but now as a paladin, it is time you traveled your own path. Ah yes, Solksgull wished to have a word with you as well. You will find him in central Thanalan. Allow me to mark the location on your map. Thank you for coming, Byrnjolf. We haven't much time, so I will be blunt. Genlins will die if he faces death's embrace alone. I know what I must do, and I suspect you do as well. If you are the man I believe you to be, then we shall meet again soon. Aww. Yeah, the little thornberry. Are they thornberries or thorn? God, I forgot. I want to say thornberries, but I can't remember if that's exactly what they're called or not. Yeah, I want that. I want that skin. It's really adorable. Well, I say skin. It's actually an outfit, but. You as well? I told you to go to ground. This isn't your fight. First Solksgull, now you. Are you both so eager to die? You forget that we are paladins. Wheresoever our duty leads us, we go, and do so of our own free will. To abide by one's own sense of justice is to embrace the paladin's creed. Sworn or unsworn, we are paladins true, and the only true oath we swear is the one we swear to ourselves. Now come! Let us stand shoulder to shoulder and show the Blackhearts the metal of our souls and the steel of our swords. I think it's supposed to be over here. Oh, wait, what? Okay, then. There it is. How dare you limit break on us? You've done well. You never flinched from your duty. You followed the path you knew you had to take, and you showed us what it means to be a paladin. And you even managed to prize the scales from Jenlin's eyes while you were at it. It's been an honor to know you, and to watch you grow. In any case, today's battle should blunt the monetarists' dagger, at least for a while. They'll think twice before sending assassins after the Sultan's sworn again. I trust you will see to this mess, Jenlins. Yes, sir. Captain. Please, sir, return to the capital. Take up your command again. The burden, it is too much for the likes of me. The monetarists may have stolen Oathkeeper, but oaths are not forged in steel. They are sworn in the heart. You never betrayed your oaths, Jenlins, and as for your leadership, well, ask this paladin if he learned anything from you. No matter what the circumstances, once a man has left the Sultan's sworn, he cannot return. No, I followed my own path, and on it I will stay. I have followed you since the day I vowed to join the ranks of the Sultan's sworn. Has the time come for me to stop following and begin to lead? Where are you going? Oh, okay. Thank you for coming once again. You have placed me in your debt. See me in the city when you return. I will have something for you. Welcome, Paladin. These have been troubled times for the Sultan's sworn, and you have served us loyally. You did what was just, followed the Paladin way, and offended the weak and needy. You are a true Oathkeeper. Honor and right were yours from the very beginning, and that is what made you strong. Strong enough to defeat me. The sword Oathkeeper has yet to be found, but I have come to realize that I do not need it. Nay, not to lead the Sultan's sworn, nor to restore our good name. The oaths we keep are in our hearts, not in hallowed blades. Solxigel has left to wander the nations of Eorzea. He is a man of honor, and unless I am very much mistaken, he will continue to look for the sword that was gifted by our ruler centuries ago. I shall continue to serve Ul'dah as one of the Sultan's sworn. I shall defend the people of Eorzea as a free paladin. Our paths diverge now, but we shall forever be bound by the oaths we keep in our hearts. But listen to me. Noble words aren't much good to an adventurer who has to face monsters and menaces, out in the real world. Fortunately, I have something that will serve you rather better. The sacred armor has been kept within the Sultan's sworn for many generations. It was given only to those Sultan sworn who had, through feats of arms and deeds of great courage, earned the privilege to wear it. But something tells me that, for the first time since I left the Armorer's Forge, this armor should go to someone who is not of the Sultan sworn. If I allowed myself to be a slave in true tradition, the paladin who deserves it the most would never wear it. Now, wouldn't that be a waste of fine plate? Just one thing. If anyone asks where you got it, you mustn't say it was from me. Now all I need is the weapons to match. I keep forgetting I moved my clock to have it in front of me rather than to my side. So I keep looking to my side to see what time it is. I know I could just change this time, but I like having it as a Eorzea time.
Byrnjolf, it is well you are here. My colleagues Dozel, Melok, and Azar would have words with you, right here while I fetch them.
Too close, White Gate. Strong black magic you need. Ready for test, are you? Yes. Very good. Quack! You have sharp sense like Dozel. Noticed, have you? Your aura. Strangeness it has. Now the Void Gate. Gloom it makes. Like black breath. Gloom drawn to black magic. Drawn to you. Like moth to flame. Black magic it seeks to corrupt and make own. Losing strength seal is. Black magic and Void Gate share bond. Very deep. But must not leave be too long. Else other side maybe take you. Squawk! No fear yet. Still weak. Gloom is. Time you have. Strong Byrnjolf, find next key. Teach you, Dozo, will. What must do. Many black mages there were, long ago, one more powerful than rest. Very powerful. Epic even. Epic black mage. Black magic too powerful. Too dangerous. Wrong hands. Must not have. Know this, he did. Ciphered spells. Hid secrets. Dark way passed to few. Very few. Teaching. Writing. Spreading over a realm. Lost to time. They were. Forgotten. One carved in stone. Stone of mossy pillar. Pillar in south shroud. Squawk! Chosen, Byrnjolf is chosen. Unleash power of this black magic. You can. Key it is. Key to Ed of Gloom. Knowledge of my line. This is. Pass to Dozol. From mother. From mother of mother. The mother of mother of mother. 4 hatchings past. Strong mage, she was. Epic, even. Epic mage. Great love for dark art. More than anything. Joined with lizard men to learn all. Named betrayer, she was. Chased from village. Squawk! Her words, those old keeps. Teach to strong Byrnjolf now. 4 magi meet in barren land. Old black powers have they in hand. Fate of all wicked be made stark. Path to light then lit by squawk. That is squawk, not Dozel squawk. Should be dark, Dozel thinks. Good words, deep words. Bring Dozel here, they did. To pass on, not Dozel alone. Others come too, other mages. Birdmen, lizardmen. No matter. All wait for strong Byrnjolf, strong mind. You have, and heart. Help you, Dozel will. Go to Gedania. You must. To Earth's gift. You pillar-looking beasts. There are. Slay them, you must. No need fear beast. Strong Byrnjolf is strong. Huzzah! Squawk! I, too, am here to lend you my aid. Help and aid! Wood! Danger for Dozol. For Ixel, whalers wait. Wait with sharp spears. Go in place of Dozol. Huzzah will. Decided it is. Go now. You will. Squawk! Okay, I know where Earth's gift is. It's gonna be near Quarry Mill. God, that hurt my throat a little bit. Oi! Go away. By the gem thou bearest, shall the great and dark power of Eld be bestowed upon thee. But those who seek this power must first prove their worth. Behold, the gloom that would be thine undoing cometh. Stay the gloom's encroach by thy hand. Only then shall the umbral wisdom of the ages be gifted unto thee. Oh dear, that's a lot. That voice spoke true! Look! The gloom gathers! Byrnjolf, I sense there are fiends of evil about. Nearby, close, about! Crap. Four? Oh my god, I hate these things. Fuck off! Now my friend's about to die. Stop! Fuck's sake! Oh my god. Well fought! The gloom is scattered. Scattered is the gloom. Let us return to Burgundy Falls. Yes, yes, those old Melloc awaits us. You, me, us. Oh god, I hope I don't have to do more of those. That was horrible. Ugh. Okay, since I'm not doing a dungeon, I'm gonna switch these two things around. I think that'll help me out. Because I was using these two while I was in the dungeon, while I was doing dungeon crawling. Gone from you, Gloomies. Worry for nothing, those old dead. What? Now go see Kasaka. You must. Awaiting you, he is.
The gods are good to return you unharmed. The gloom which threatened to taint this world does so no more. And I sense the darkness within you is reborn with a new power. Wield it well, Byrnjolf of the Black, and make of it a tool for our ends. Do that, and as the prophecy speaks, the way to light shall be lit by dark before you.
Byrnjolf of the Black, our brother Dazar, has words for you. Pray wait a moment for him to arrive. You have reclaimed the key from the depths of the shroud. Wood, forest, shroud. Yes, you have done well. Very, very well. You are truly the black mage foretold by legend, oracle, prophecy, legend. It was such a legend of my people that brought me to this Thanaland. Such is what legends do. When four magi meet in a barren land, black powers of eld woven by their hand shall see the fate of wickedness made stark, and the path to light shall be lit by dark. Black, shadow, dark! You have heard these words before. Yes, yes, here I found Kasaka and Dozol Melloc. The words that brought us to Thanaland are the same, equal, identical, same. It was 100 years ago that a kobold first deciphered the legend, decrypted, decoded, deciphered. The great mage who did it was my own ancestor, First Order Patriarch Dago. Yes, yes, my very own. But he broke kobold law. The first patriarch must never leave Ogamoro. No, no, never. But leave he did. He set out from La Nasia to pursue this legend. And for that, he was named traitor, betrayer, torncloak, traitor! None were drawn to the words of Dagu. No, not a single kobold soul. They ignored his words. But when first I heard them, I felt strange, peculiar, odd, strange. I felt I must do something. I could not simply be idle. I, too, left La Nasia, just as Dagu before me. Yes, and I have come here to Thanalan. Now I see the legend is real. Yes, the words kept by Kazakh Ka, Dozol Melak, and myself are true. You have appeared. That is no coincidence. No, none. No, none at all. I am a kobold. Yes, I am. And we kobolds are good at finding things. Treasures, trinkets, things. I will help you where I can. Dagu left behind many things when he left. Yes, many things. I was given a stone tablet. The others in my family thought it rubbish. Dross, refuse, rubbish. Its surface has many scratches, you see. Yes, many. But I sense in it a great power. Here it may give some. Your gem, the light. It is illuminating the tablet. The scratches are growing? Mighty Titan, those are no scratches. No, not scratches at all. They are carvings, words. Know thee, brave keeper of Shatoto's light, as these very words wax plain to thy sight. The seal that was cast doth shudder and sigh, and the void gate's dread sundering draws nigh. To ward against the creeping of the gloom, thou needest great garb to stay any doom. To this sacred ware, thy thoughts must now tend. Unto my black command, darkness shall bend. This tablet was more important than I ever imagined. Yes, much more. It seems to say one who would close the void gate must first find the sacred garb. Gear, armor, garb! And the names of places are written here as well. Yes, these 4 places, I know. You should do well to set out and gather the first 3 relics.
Legend speaks of this. It holds that an offering of blood must be given to the planar fissures, the blood of those who have lived life steeped in the black. Only then can the relics be won. Here, take with you an offering of my blood, Byrnjolf.
Need Dozel's blood too, you do? Take quick, squat! Before I change mine. And here is mine. Mine! I would entrust it to you, no other. But be warned, one does not simply walk into these places. There are great dangers waiting. Do be careful. Yes. Very, very careful. I like kobolds. Okay, where am I going? Oh look, some dapper zombies. But I'm not doing Hildebrand's quest yet, so that's gonna have to wait. So leave me alone. Okay, well, it's probably gonna be difficult to avoid this guy. Okay. Map. Run away! Now that kobold did not notice me, I have no idea. Oh boy. Hey guys. I had no doubt you would return triumphant. Yes, yes, no doubt at all. Brave the logging grounds, you did. Great, Great strength you have! Squawk!
I have awaited your return, Byrnjolf. I have learned where it is that the fourth relic of our forebearers rests. The land known as Thal's Respite. There too lies a planar fissure, into which the blood of the fiends it births must be poured. First 4 relics are now in your keeping. Yet the final piece remains, and our efforts to learn where it rests have been to no avail. The dark which empowers, at times obscures, such is its nature. The Tsar claims his tablet names the solace of the gods as the location we seek, but none among us have ever heard tell of such a name. When a power worthy to relic's claim takes root in one of righteous end and name, the solace of the gods will be made known, and the last seed of the black mage be sown. Dazal insists this reading is correct, and both Dazal Malok and I trust in his ability. We will endeavor to decode these words, that you might see your quest to its end. The day of the Void's opening shall come. Until then, Byrnjolf, I ask only that you continue to walk the path of the Black. You have gathered the first 4 artifacts, Byrnjolf. That is no small feat. Yet I fear little time remains. If the tablet of Dazar's great ancestor is to be believed, there is yet one more. Attempting to seal the Void Gate before you have found them all would be the height of folly. Our search for the solace of the gods continues. I have gone through all the records left by my great-grandfather, yet have discovered little. The only seemingly relevant passage I found was his last. He put it to paper some 100 years ago, just before bidding farewell to his home. The true power of destruction will be awoken in that most sacred of places. The power of destruction is black magic, of course, but as to what is meant by this awakening, I fear I am at a loss. You believe that Dazar's and Dozalmalok's ancestors might know more? To be sure, they were witness to the same events, and it is true that they too left their homes 100 years ago and were damned for traitors. It could be mere coincidence, but no, I do not think that likely. I fear this foreshadows our doom. Should you find aught else, I beseech you to tell me at once. I will also continue the search for answers. The tablet seems to suggest that the way to the solace of the gods and the final relic will be made known in time. Yet we can scarce afford to wait idly by. Both Dozalmalok and Dazar understand this urgency and have already returned to their respective homelands to delve into the matter. And now to your next task. You must return to he who first bound our four fates together, the prophet, Kukuruka. Perhaps his words can guide us once more.
Please, you must help me. Kukuruka has disappeared. That man is no messenger of Nordin. He is a miscreant and a charlatan, one guilty of the most heinous of crimes. None had seen him for days. I became worried and entered his chambers to see that he was well, though he prohibited me from doing so. Within I found only evidence of his deception. The records he had hidden were damning. I now know why he was condemned as the greatest criminal of his day. 100 years past, he conspired with magi from the beast tribes to summon a creature known as Barbatos. Oh my god. A monstrosity that was meant to destroy all of Eorzea. Their plot was discovered by the order of Nordin, and the Void Gate was sealed before Barbatos could emerge. Kukuruka was cast into the Marasaja pit for his crime, where he was to rot until his last breath. The order was loath to let word of this spread, fearing others might someday seek to succeed where Kukuruka failed. And so they left no record of the plot, save a few inscrutable documents, parchments intelligible only to those to whom the secret was known. These were the last words I found among the scribblings. 4 is the answer. 4 spells of black, 4 artifacts of eld, the blood of 4 races. By 4 alone shall the true power of destruction be woken from the Void Gate. Byrnjolf, black magic is not the key to sealing the Void Gate. It is the key to opening it. Kukuruka used us to revive his dark art and now means to finish what he began a century ago. What fools we were to believe his lies! Please, Byrnjolf, you must stop him before it is too late. Hurry to Nold's reflection in southern Thanalan. Wait, southern Thanalan? Okay. For some reason, I thought it was near Camp Drybone. Just wanted to look at something real quick. I think this is for the Beast Drive quest. I fought these guys before. They're nothing. not notice that other void gate. Okay. You deceived us! You have! Squawk! Pay you will! You're one of Etali Malok's get, are you not? Mother of mother of mother? Her name you know? And you, Amolja. Yes, you are of the line of Kazib Ka, I can see it. And Cobalt, through your veins courses the blood of Dagu, does it not? And last but not least, the Black Mage Byrnjolf. Splendidly done. If you could have vanquished Barbatos, as you have. No doubt you were all eager to hear what truly transpired 100 years ago. Being a kindly soul, I shall tell you. I was an ambitious mage in my youth, insatiable in my thirst for knowledge of the arcane. In the course of my studies, I discovered ancient writings which told of a black magic, a magic capable of destroying as only the gods can. It was innocent at first, until it wasn't. But then questions began to arise in my mind that demanded answers. Where had all the black mages of old gone? Why had the existence of the art been hidden? And so I probed endlessly, tirelessly, and the more I uncovered, the more it drew me in. There was such power to be had. I was not merely ambitious, I was also vainglorious. I desired recognition, deference. By accomplishing that which no other could, I sought to make my legacy an eternal one. Yet the pursuit of black magic was trying. I would pass days, weeks, months at a time, unsure of how to proceed. And what little progress did come came but slowly. It was then that I met your ancestors. The gem of Shatoto, the power to sense magic, the relics, all of these things I owe to them. With their vast knowledge, the slow crawl of my studies turned to leaps and bounds. I dare say your ancestors sought the same recognition as I. Kazib Ka, ridiculed by the Amolja for his ingenious analyses of worldly phenomena. Hitali Malak, named a pariah for not sharing in the small-minded prejudices of the Ixal. Dagu, a victim of his kind's idiocy, bound never to leave the land of the kobolds. We toiled together, learning what we could, and learn we did, much and more, imagining we had gleaned all that was to be known. We prepared to hold a dark rite, one we believed would restore black magic to its fullest expression. I do not know what came over me. Blinded by my own lust for power, I altered one of the incantations. It was arrogant, foolish. Our command over the ancient powers we summoned was lost. I watched as the chaotic ether washed over my friends, ripping them apart, only to fuse them together into an abomination.
No, you couldn't mean that thing we just saw.
Yes. When I saw what my hubris had created, I mustered all my strength to see Barbatos sealed behind the void gate. Sealed, yet not defeated. Yet I felt myself corrupted by the ether, and was unsure whether I could hold my powers in check. Fearful, I returned to Ul'dah, where I manipulated the minds of a few thaumaturges of the Order into believing I had committed some terrible crime. Only with me confined to the depths of the Marasasha pit could the realm be safe. And there I remained, waiting for the coming of one with the power to purify the ether of those three friends with whom I once shared a dream. I do not expect your forgiveness, but I am truly sorry. No words, Dozal has. Squawk! Only squawk! I am not long for this world. Here, take this relic, while I still have strength enough to offer it. The fifth artifact! Yes, the fifth! Welcome to the solace of the gods. Perhaps you know it better as Nold's reflection, as most do. Truly remarkable, Byrnjolf. You have succeeded where many great mages have failed, mastered what we sought to master. I can now rest, knowing that this power is safe with you. It is for you to set the hatreds of the past aright. My time to join Thal has come. May he greet me as a friend. Century-old plan this was. Fulfilled his purpose, Kukuruka did. Mother of mother, forgiven Kukuruka she has. Squawk! Think so, Dozal does. Finished the story is. Had much fun, Dozal did. Like mother of mother. Grand fun she had too, Dozal hopes. Farewell, Byrnjolf. We meet again someday. Dozal hopes. Squawk! Then it is over. Finished, ended, over. We did all we could, and the souls of Kukuruka and the others have been saved. The legends carried by my forebears have had their final chapter written this day. I confess there is a sadness in that. I am proud to call you friend, Byrnjolf. Brethren, brother, friend! Now and always, no matter how divergent our paths from here. Yes, yes, you are a true mage of the black now. Pray grace we kobolds in Lanasia with your presence someday.
To think Kukuruka carried that anguish 100 long years. His crime was born of the hubris of youth, yet his atonement came from the wisdom of old age. His soul has found peace, and it is not our place to linger and disturb it. Come, let us return to Burgundy Falls.
Wait a minute, I just realized something. I haven't completed everything yet, because I still have the white mage. Oh my god. Well, that's fine. I have to go back to Gridania anyways after this.
Things have come to an end, it would seem, both the threads which bound us all and this tragic tapestry they wove. Most mysterious things, these lives we lead. Do you recall when the words of so many legends and prophecies first brought you to me? It was here, at these same Burgundy Falls. We have spoken much here since then, yet I never imagined this day would come. I stand before you now with no regrets. I am grateful to the gods for letting our paths cross. Those old Milok, Dazah, and you, Byrnjolf Nordin. I count you all as my brethren in black. Together, we have seen the souls of our ancestors given peace, and I, too, now feel a happiness I have never known. You have become a true black mage, my friend, and more than that, a true friend, black mage. Let the dark art we share be a symbol of our bond, and that undying in shadow or light, by day or night.
What does that say, all? Okay, let me actually double check everything here. Summoner is the one I need to do after I defeat Garuda. Man, I feel stupid for forgetting to do that. Oh, time to visit the really short 21-year-old. It's Camp Tranquil, I think. Actually, I guess I could have looked at the region to see, but whatever. Let's extend the time for my chocobo. And maybe see about getting some more if possible. Nope, I can't buy any here. Okay, Rhea. I'm sorry I forgot about you. Your command of white magic has advanced considerably, Byrnjolf. Yes, the time draws near. Let us begin our preparations for the quieting. As its roots, the ritual is no different from the acts of pacifying that you have already performed. The difference lies only in the difficulty of the effort. The Great One possesses a power unfathomably more immense than the elementals you have communed with thus far. The music sounds even louder for some reason, even though I turned it pretty low. Power so immense that a mage might be easily overwhelmed by the sheer force of its will. To prevent such a catastrophic fate, our tradition decrees that a special garb must be donned before performing the ritual. I've prepared for you these pieces, but I fear they will not avail you in their current state, so it is that I would send you on a journey. I trust you know the story of Atawa Kant, where among the Podril he left the forest behind to travel the realm, healing the land and its people. As tribute to his wanderlust, after he passed, his ashes were divided among several urns, which were in turn carried to the far reaches of the realm. And it was there, in the distant lands, that the great mage so loved, that his ashes were buried, and monuments erected in his honor. You are to go on a pilgrimage to these sites, and receive the blessings of your forebearer. Only then will the garb I've gifted you be imbued with his divine powers. Mind you, you will find that these places are not as welcoming as they might have been in Master Atawa's time. The first site is on the shores of western Lanasia, in a place now feared as the Serpent's Tongue, home to a band of vile pirates. The next is to be found in Mordona, in the overgrown labyrinth of roots and vines so affectionately known as the Tangle. I do hope that Master Atawa's ashes have survived those most oppressive environs. The third site I would have you visit is perhaps the most treacherous location of the lot. Raban's Push in northern Thanalan. A stone's throw from an imperial stronghold. I urge you to exercise extreme caution. Don't worry, I have been there before. Bobby, no! You okay? I fell down with you. Oh, I have to pray, huh? Hello there. What do we have here? Wait, did I just buy two? Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to buy two. We are supposed to be going over there eventually. Gonna look at something real quick. You know, I'm starting to get hungry. I wish I did not forget about doing the Conjurer last time I recorded. Whoa, okay. Whoa, is that all cerulean? Wow. Thought it might have been water. Or maybe there's a mix of water and cerulean. Your safe return heartens me, Byrnjolf. I can feel newfound power emanating from the garb I gave you. I trust that this stage of your pilgrimage was a success. Now that you have traveled the realm and seen the land as Master Atawa did, I would share with you the rest of his tale. The histories claim that Atawa Kant disappeared in the mountains of Ogomoro, the Kobold motherland. This is not untrue, but there is more to the story. When the great mage did not return from his journey, one of his most devoted students went in search of him. As the legends have it, the young mage single-handedly fought off veritable legions of kobolds while scouring the mountains for any sign of his master. Sadly, it was as all had feared. Though the young mage eventually found his master, the great Atawa Kant lived no more. As if the death of the man were not enough, Tyrus, Atawa Kant's great staff, a mighty relic passed down by his ancestors, was lost to the shadows. Undeterred, the young mage fought off the kobold hordes to carry his master's remains back to the surface. A ceremony was held to honor Master Atawa's life and deeds, and urns housing his ashes were carried off to the far-reaching frontiers, of which he was so fond in his living years. All the urns, that is, except for one, yes, though the precise location is known to only a few. Master Atawa also rests closer to home. That scared the shit out of me. Here in the Twelves Wood, not far from Proud Creek, you will find yet another monument to the great mage. Take with you this habit and pay your respects as before. If you keep pure intentions in your heart and in your mind, then the healer's robes shall be your reward. I was gonna say something, but I completely forgot. Oh. Right, the music. I'm gonna turn down the music even more. Sorry, guys. I'm sure you like to hear it, but it is way too loud for me. grave has been defiled, and the power has been lost. The urn holding Master Atawa's ashes was stolen? This cannot be. Grave robbery is a damnable enough crime in itself, but what manner of scoundrel would dare defile the resting place of a podgel? Rest assured that I will investigate this heinous crime immediately. In the meantime, your pilgrimage demands you travel to one last destination. This final leg of your journey will take you to the very place that Master Atawa drew his last breath. Ogomoro, the homeland of the kobolds, in outer Lanasia. It is there, in plain sight of the kobold dig, that the student of whom I spoke did erect a monument to his fallen master. Wait a minute. I'm going the wrong way. I was hoping you would go away. You three could help, you know. Yay. I have a crown. Welcome back, Byrnjolf. The journey was not an easy one, I trust, and yet I knew that Master Atawa would guide you safely back to me. In your travels, you have received the blessings of our great ancestor, and yet this was not the sole reason I sent you on this pilgrimage. Perhaps you sensed something of my intentions during your trip? Yes, Byrnjolf. As he who would inherit Master Atawa's legacy, I wanted you to truly walk in his footsteps. See the realm, in both its beauty and its suffering. with your own eyes, as the great mage did so long ago. And yet it is strange, no? A pirate's lair, a rampant jungle, mountains of fire, of all the hostile environs to which you journeyed, the single grave despoiled was that which rests right here in our forest home. I suspect this was the handiwork of no witless grave robber, but rather someone who knew all too well the value of that which was buried within. We must uncover the truth behind this crime and return Master Atalba's ashes to their rightful resting place, and quickly. You are with me, yes? Grave robbery is a loathsome enough crime in its own right, but to defile the final resting place of a podgel, such an act could only be performed by the lowliest of bandit scum. Though I would like to think that the elementals have already delivered due justice to the villain, we must take no chances in allowing an escape. Whilst you were away, I put my best Moogle on the hunt, searching for any sign of the culprit or the stolen remains. I dare say he should have a clue or two for us by now. At least he better, if he values that little ball on his head. Suffice it to say, though, many forest-born think of the Moogles as blessed. My own personal experience has found them to be more touched than anything else. Oh, mistress, you shouldn't say such hurtful things, and it's most unbecoming of a seed-seer, Coupeau. But fine, don't listen to me. Why, I told her just the other day that this is why she remains, shall we say, unspoken for. She might not react to that phrasing at present, but her ire was indeed fierce, Coupeau. Of course, you have not come to discuss my mistress's temper, but the grave robbery. A most unforgivable act of villainy, if I do say so myself, which I believe I just did, Coupeau. I am pleased to say, and you would be pleased to hear, that the culprit did not escape Moogle eyes, Coupeau. Well, my eyes he did escape. My associate, Pokey, however, claims to have seen a band of ruffians skulking off in the direction of Red Belly Hive, with various and sundry stolen goods in tow, among them a rather conspicuously elaborate urn, Coupeau. I do not know what the Red Bellies are up to, but surely it can be nothing good. Please, Byrnjolf, go quickly. If the urn is lost, I fear Rhea's ire will be the least of my worries, Coupeau. Ooh, I like that blue. Shame I can't really see the outfit. And looks nice. It has a bit of a corset to it, looks like. Hang on a sec, I have a scratch in my... There we go. Sort of. There we go. Okay. Those thieving crooks! Those crooked thieves! Defiling the resting place of a podgel? Why, no amount of thrashings, lashings, and bashings would suffice. Coupeau? Why, if it isn't the dashing white mage Koopa spoke of, and not a moment too soon. Why, I was just about to swoop in and give them their comeuppance myself. Now that you're here, however, I believe I'll just sit back and enjoy the show, Kupo. Those vile red bellies tossed the urn onto those ramshackle wagon. A most ignoble fate for a Podril legend, I do declare, and carted it northwise toward their hive. You will retrieve it safe and sound, won't you, Kupo? Thank you, Byrnjolf. The remains of our exalted forebearer hauled away by brigands like a sack of loot. Is that what our land has come to? There can be no doubt. It is the Great One's fury that brings such chaos to the Troll's Wood. The situation is grave indeed. I shall have our wood whalers deal with the red bellies. We have more important matters before us. And yet I fear we have hit another snag. Though the urn has been safely recovered, the harsh treatment it suffered at the hands of the bandits has taken its toll. Uprooted from its proper resting place, the power of Atawa Kant, once housed within, has grown dim. I shall return the urn to its rightful home. Perhaps over time it will return to its former state. And yet I fear time is a luxury we do not have. We must explore other means to enchant the ritual garb. I will consult with my brother to see what knowledge he might have to offer. In the meantime, I would ask that you master your newfound skills as best you can. There is no telling when the Great One's fury might grow too strong to contain. We must ever be prepared. Forgive me, Byrnjolf. Brother and I have considered every possibility and attempted every incantation at our disposal, but I fear the task of completing the enchantment has proven beyond our abilities. Arun, that's your name. No living Podril, not even our sister, possesses such power. Without the blessing of Atawa Kant, there is nothing we can do. When the ashes return to their rightful resting place, Atawa Kant's spirit will return. Surely it is only a matter of time. Look around you, sister. Open your eyes and ears. Time is one thing we do not have. Arun? The fury of the Great One mounts with every passing moment. It will not be contained much longer. No, the time for waiting is long past. Now is the time for action. But Byrnjolf's garb! The enchanting is not yet complete. The situation is far from ideal, yet we have no choice. We must trust in Byrnjolf's powers and do what we can. Do I hear you right, Arun? Why, it was not long ago when you objected to Byrnjolf's very presence at the ritual. I may be stubborn, sister, but I am no fool. I have witnessed Byrnjolf's abilities with my own eyes. There can be no doubting that he is a mage of the white, one as worthy as you and I. Arun, if you would place your trust in Byrnjolf so, I see no reason why I should not. Very well, let us hasten for Everskade. So they need 3 white mages to do this. Why can't Connie-senna do this? I mean, it doesn't look like it would take that long for us to do it. So it shouldn't take too long for her to do it. I don't know, it's just a bit of a question. So what is this ability here? Oh, I have a new damage skill. Nice. And it's an AoE. Ah, that's actually my first AoE attack for the Conjurer. I went the wrong way. Should be through this area here, if I am recalling correctly. Here we go. This is a nice area. Oh, I can have a chat with everyone. Byrnjolf, I speak to you now as my peer. The fate of Gridania lies in the balance. We can ill afford to fail. Is something the matter, Byrnjolf? This is no time to lose faith in your abilities. Hurry and take your place by the guardian tree. The Great One's rage is too strong. I cannot reach him. Stay focused, Arun. If we fall, who will rise to take our place? But sister, the forest itself turns against us. If we can only reach the Great One, his minions will relent. Cast away your worries and focus your mind on the ritual. No, Byrnjolf! Aye. Stand strong, Byrnjolf. Are you going to let some overgrown shrub ruffle your feathers? And the two of you, don't you have a ritual to perform? Do my eyes deceive me? This is no time for chit-chat. Reo, Arun, Byrnjolf, focus your energies on the Guardian Tree. We must quell the Great One's fury, dispatch its minions, and resume the quieting. Figured I'd try as soon as I see if that would get rid of that thing, but it's not. Oh god, I'm dying though. I just wasted that on myself. the other... Right? Oh, there it is. Crap. Dang it! Let's try that again. Maybe I should focus on the enemies first and... Who am I targeting? Can you stop moving? Farther than I was before. Now, focus your powers on the Guardian Tree. Is it over? The Great One's anger abates. You have done well, my children. Master Atalba, do you truly live? Live? Not as you would define the word. Mayhap in the heart of Byrnjolf here, whose strength I borrowed to join you. It's a miracle? Aye, it may very well be. Or perhaps the Mother Crystal heard this old soul's wish. I lived a long and fruitful life, but when I drew my last breath in Ogomoro that day, I did so with one profound regret, that I would pass from this realm without finding a worthy inheritor to bequeath my knowledge in full. My spirit left my lifeless body to abide in the soul crystal, with the hope that one day it would find its way into the hands of my successor. For years, my consciousness slumbered in the darkness, until I met Byrnjolf. From the moment you took my crystal in hand, I knew, Podrel or no, I had at long last found one to whom I could truly pass on my knowledge. Yes, Byrnjolf, I knew... Master Atawa? The power of the crystal grows faint. It would seem my all too brief sojourn here has come to an end. Farewell, Byrnjolf of the White. Farewell, my children. I leave my forest home in your capable hands. Oh, they do actually have pointed ears. But they're supposed to be a hearer, right? Must be a Podrel thing. Master Atawa. He has left us. And yet, by his power, and that of his successor, Byrnjolf, the Great One's fury is quelled, and the Twelve's Wood is safe. Though Master Atawa traveled the world, no doubt his heart always remained here, in the forest home he loved. He waited for us. My brother, for once you almost sound wise beyond your years. Strange, is it not? Perhaps I have finally learned something from you, dear sister. As I could learn something from you, Arun. Your pride as a Podrel, your deep respect for our past, these are traits to be admired. Same can be said of Master Atawa's liberality. Yes, I believe there is a place for both beliefs among our kind. The road was a long and winding one, but at long last our work is done. Let us return to Camp Tranquil. To meet Master Atawa in the flesh. Well, not flesh, perhaps. I am still shaking from the experience, and from the pure joy of seeing peace return to my forest home at last. I will be forever grateful to you, Byrnjolf. I am honored that we were able to heal the wood together. I speak not only for myself. My brother has expressed the same sentiments. Were Master Atawa here, I am sure he would say the same, though perhaps he is still here in some form. Behold, the final piece of your garb now pulses with his ancient power. Yes, there can be no doubt that Master Atawa intended this as his parting gift to you. Take it, and wear it with pride, Byrnjolf of the White. Before we part, I would bestow unto you a present of my own. By the ancient powers vested in me as a seed seer, I bestow upon you the greatest incantation known to our kind. May you ever heed the will of the elementals, and use it in wisdom and compassion. Phew! I'm not given to formalities. I swear I do not know how my sister manages. In the short time I have known you, Byrnjolf, you have grown into a fine white mage. I am honored to call you my peer. Use your powers in moderation, and let compassion be your guide, and I have no doubt that you will bring succor and solace wherever your journey takes you. Oh boy. I just wanted to see what it would look like. Well, that's done. So... I am gonna need to stop for now, I think. I am really hungry and need to go get something to eat. So, thank you all for watching. And next time, we're gonna work our way to Garuda and whip her butt. And then finally do the summoner. Goodbye.